Hi, welcome to Senior Moment, the show for seniors to watch. I'm your host, Mary Beals-Lutka. I work for NACOG, Area Agency on Aging, and you can reach us toll-free at 877-521-3500. Senior Moment is sponsored by Yavapai College Division of Lifelong Learning, and our producer is Crystal Erickson. And Crystal really likes to hear from you if you have suggestions about future show, questions about today's show. Please give her a call at 717-7607. Again, welcome to Senior Moment. Our guest today is Janet Maissen. Hi, Janet.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us today. Janet is a Tai Chi instructor. And I know there's some different kinds of Tai Chi, so I thought today we'd start out about who you are and what attracted you to this art form.
Okay. Well, it was kind of interesting because I was already teaching at Yavapai College. I was teaching theater classes. And one of the benefits we get is to be able to take classes for free, anybody who works for the college. So I just started taking a lot of classes that interested me. And one of the things that was on the schedule was Tai Chi Cha. And I thought, oh, I've always wanted to try that. So I'll just go in and take it. So I walked in the door the first day, and I remember it so well. My teacher was Diane Norris. And I saw this woman at the front of the room that was just so peaceful and together and centered. And I'm very high energy, like
Me
most
too.
performers, you know. It's hard to not to just do this all the time. You know, I'm a typical artist where I'm always go, go, go all the time. And I saw her and I thought, wow, I need that in my life. I need that balance of softness and peacefulness to balance out all my high energy things that I do. And she taught the first class and I was hooked from the first day. It just felt so wonderful.
And then you became an instructor.
When Diane retired, she asked me if I wanted to. And partly because I was already working for the college, they were very open to that. And Faye Matsumoto was my boss at the college. And she said, oh yeah, we'd love to have you, let's do it. And I've been there 8 years now, teaching for 8 years.
And you mentioned Tai Chi something, Tai Chi what?
Cha. Yeah.
Tai Chi
It's
Cha.
spelled C-H-I-H.
Okay.
And that's to distinguish ourselves from the other form of Tai Chi, which is Tai Chi Chuan.
Okay, so and the difference is?
A lot of difference. The Tai Chi Chuan form is the ancient form, which goes back about 2,500 years, created by some clansmen of the emperor in China. And a man named Justin Stone came along in 1974, and he was teaching Tai Chi Chuan, and he saw that his American students wouldn't stick with it. It's a very long process to learn the form, usually a minimum of a year.
Wow.
And it's also very difficult for a lot of people because it's not repetitive. It's a sequence of connected movements. And there's also a lot of standing on one foot, for example, and some people, they just physically can't do that. So Justin thought, well, there must be a better way. And he created these moves that I'm teaching in 1974. And he's still alive, still teaching in Albuquerque. And he's given us a wonderful gift because he simplified the original form of Tai Chi so that more people can do it.
So Tai Chi Cha is really for any age.
Absolutely.
And lots of different physical capability.
Yes.
It sounds like.
Yes, I mean, I've had all ages. I think the youngest I've had is 12, and I've had lots of people in their 80s. And it's really, even if you have some challenges, like people with knee trouble or back trouble or people with a lot of ankle and foot trouble, I've had a lot of that. I had one woman come in with a walker one time. And that's my best success story because she left with a cane. That was exciting.
That's very exciting.
That
How long was she
exciting.
in the class?
4 months.
4 months.
Regular semester. Yeah.
Oh, how happy for her.
Yeah, it was wonderful. And I've had people with MS and all kinds of physical challenges, and really everyone can do Tai Chi Cha. There's people who teach in nursing homes that teach to people in wheelchairs even.
Now, we talked a little bit about the centering part and that, you know, obviously there's some spirituality involved individually when you do the Tai Chi Cha, but what are some of the other physical benefits for doing this
Well, I think most
exercise?
people come to it for balance, especially older people, because that's something we start to lose as we age. And that's why a lot of people come, but there's all kinds of answers. Stress relief is another big one that a lot of people come for. To get away from it all. You can relate to that, can't you?
Yes.
And that's why I came originally. But it also gets the blood moving, which is very beneficial on many levels. It's very good for the bones, all kinds of things. Weight loss even. I've had some people drop weight because it is a form of exercise. it's such a gentle exercise that it doesn't hurt your body in ways that sometimes people do when they're taking another class that's very athletic. Sometimes they push too hard. And this form is really about doing less. So it's really impossible to hurt yourself. And that's a big benefit for people, I think.
Yes, it is.
So it's a different way of looking at exercise, really.
And obviously I'm sure you've benefited much from it. It's because not only have you been teaching for 8 years, you've been taking it for how many?
I took it about 4 or 5 years before that. So I'm over 10 years now that I've been practicing. And it's changed my whole life, really. It's completely changed who I am. Yeah, in many, many ways.
So then we breach into the spirituality and the centering and the person, mind, body, soul. We're really trying to work on that in the senior centers and working with our elders and trying to connect those things, that they're not separated.
And that's a big push with this. And I'm seeing that in actually all forms of exercise, which is nice, but the mind, body, spirit connection. And that's part of what I love about Tai Chi Cha, is that it does enhance all three. All three parts of ourselves.
Now you teach at Yavapai College?
Uh-huh.
And when are your classes?
I have a Monday night class at 6:15, and then I have a Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Okay,
So.
and then it's you sign up like per semester for those?
It's a regular semester class.
So the next session's probably for the summer?
Actually, I'm not teaching over the summer. I'm going to be gone too much. But I'll start again at the end of August, 25th or whatever the first day of school is, something like that.
So we'll watch for that. And there's somewhere else you teach, though?
I also teach at the Prescott YMCA.
Okay.
So and I have a lot of drop in and outs over there, and people of a lot of different ages over there. So
okay,
that's
so
really nice.
if you can't get signed up for the class, you could check you out over at the YMCA. And when do you teach over there?
That's Tuesday, Thursday at 1:15. And it is free to Y members, which is a nice benefit if you're already a member of the Y. You can just show up.
Yeah, you can just show up and do Tai Chi Cha and try it out. So how long is a typical class?
I'm sorry?
How long is a typical class?
Say
that fast.
Typical class. The ones at the college are 2 hours, and my one at the Y is only an hour. The whole form takes about 50 minutes to get through. And so at the college I do other things. I talk about a lot of the other elements that can go into it, really enhancing the mind and spirit parts of it. Whereas at the Y I pretty much just teach the moves and we go through them, and I maybe give them 5 minutes or something at the end of class. But at the college I can go a lot more into the philosophy and the other benefits.
And so what are some of those other benefits in philosophy? Why don't you share some of those with us?
I think it's just really the concept of having more balance in life is the short answer. And realizing there's another way to look at life in general, particularly the slowness. For me, the slowness of the movements reminds me to slow down all areas of my life. All you have to do is get in the car to understand that concept.
Yeah, and I'm in my car too much.
Yeah, you really are. And just that, getting from point A to point B is a process and a journey, and you want to embrace that journey, not just, okay, I've got to get there. We were just having a discussion about this in class last week. We were saying how goal-oriented we are as Westerners. And that's not a bad thing. It's just different from the way the East views things. It really is about the process and the journey of things rather than I've got to get to this point and be finished.
Yeah.
And I see that with the practice because there's always people who are like, okay, I'm done. And I'll often say things like, well, the person who gets there first really kind of lost, because you cheated yourself out of the pleasure of the movements. It's not about getting done with them.
It's about the journey.
It's about the journey. So it's really just a different perspective that can go into many areas of your life. And really being present is another big element for me personally and for most of my students, is that when you're doing the moves, you don't think of anything else. And you can apply that to anything in your life. Whether you're standing in line at the bank, you're stuck there anyway. Why not appreciate where you're at? Maybe notice the people. People are fascinating, as I'm sure you know, doing this job. Or look outside and notice that spring is here and the trees, and it's amazing how that lessens your stress, especially when you're a place you don't want to be.
Being present in the moment. Yeah, it's like being stuck in traffic, which happens to me on a regular basis. And I don't get upset about it because I have no control over it.
Exactly.
I have no control over it whatsoever, and there's a lot to be said for being in the moment.
Yeah,
so to me, just from what you're saying, is during the move, it's almost a form of meditation.
It very much can be, and I'd say for most of my students it is. There is a meditative aspect. Certainly is for me.
Because I need to practice clearing my mind.
We all do.
There's so much stuff going in there all the time, and I can't keep track. So exactly.
I call it the chatter, because it is. It's almost like these little voices,
Might be a nice thing to do right before you go to bed.
For a lot of people it is. It's not for me personally. It charges me up.
Does
it?
It
gives
Okay.
me energy. A lot of people find it very relaxing right before they go to bed.
You know, and
I have to do it earlier in the day.
start your day out, keep you centered before you
Yeah.
even begin. That would
Yeah.
probably be the way I need to do it. So
Some people love doing it first thing in the morning, for example.
to charge them up for the day.
Exactly.
And so we know is there any other philosophies that you talk about in the class that you want to share with us before we go up and we're going to do some moves here in a little bit?
I don't talk too much about the whole religious aspect because,
Right.
you know, that's open to everybody, but just feeling connected, really. That you're connected with the other people in the class, with nature if you're outside. It's wonderful to practice outside if you can.
Yeah.
Because it is enhancing our body's internal flow of energy, which the Chinese call the qi, hence the qi in Tai Chi. It's also called prana in some cultures. That we have this energy that's buzzing through our interior. And the moves are enhancing that, balancing it, and making it move through the body rather than being stuck. Because, of course, they believe that most illness results from our qi being stuck somewhere.
Right, I've heard that.
So if I have a shoulder problem, which I do, a chronic shoulder thing, that it just means my qi is not flowing correctly through that part of the body. It's getting stuck somewhere else. So a lot of what we work on is releasing the mind, the body responds, and then the mind can go into the meditative aspect, which allows us to relieve the stress.
And so there's a lot of health benefits, obviously, from
yeah,
practicing
definitely.
this.
As well as mental. And really, I tell my students it's 80% mental once you learn the moves.
Because and the fact that they're, like you said, they're singular moves, so they're not hard to learn.
they're very
And I
easy.
can imagine when you do, it's like doing choreography. I used to do dance, stage dance, and that's hard because they teach you all this connected dance moves, and if you don't remember them, you're off, you're out, and
Yeah.
that is difficult and stressful.
Oh, yes.
Rather than being relaxing. So these moves can be done together or separately, right?
Yeah, and what's nice is there's also an abbreviated form. It doesn't have to take 50 minutes, which is lovely because it takes away your excuse.
I
Yeah,
do
don't
have
50.
time.
I can find 10 minutes. I may not find 50 minutes, but I can find
I
10.
have time.
So
Okay.
it's much shorter than the Tai Chi Chuan form as well.
Okay.
There's 125 moves, I think, in Tai Chi Chuan, and there's only 20 in my form.
So you were mentioning that the person that developed this Tai Chi Cha is in Albuquerque. So is this Tai Chi Cha mainly done in the western part of the United States, or is it over the whole nation?
No, it's everywhere. It's even international. There's a couple people in Spain that I know of, and I think there's someone in France. So it's not really taught in China, interestingly enough, because they have their own form that they
Yes.
practice, as I'm sure everyone's seen, just out in the parks and whatnot. But yeah, oh no, it's all over the country. There's several hundred teachers. I'm the
Is
only
there
one in
some
this
kind of
area.
a organization that you belong to because you're a teacher for
Yes.
that? Okay.
And it's centered in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And I think it's just called Tai Chi Cha, and there's a woman that's at the head of it that does all the organizational type of things. So
Do you get any like updates from them and,
yes.
communication and
yeah, we have a newsletter.
That's
and
nice.
It's articles about the moves, maybe new ideas on how to teach, or just things that people have written in, funny stories, funny Tai Chi stories,
and success stories.
and success
Like
stories.
the lady from the walker
Yeah.
to the cane. So
Yes.
there's so many benefits. It sounds like to this that I need to be going to these classes, or at the very least, learning the moves, and I could do them at home. And that's what we're hoping to do here. Is we're going to take a little break, and then Janet is going to show me, and I'm going to show you how simple these moves are, that are going to help me with my balance, and hopefully you as well, and mind, body, spirit. So. Thank you for giving us a little bit of the history,
You're welcome.
and then we'll get ready and do some moves in a minute here.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right, Janet. We moved the table and we're ready to try
Okay.
some moves for Tai Chi Cha. So
All right.
teach me.
Well, let's get started with one of the easy ones. We'll start you out easy,
Okay.
okay? We'll do one called Around the Platter. So they all start from a place called center, which is just with knees bent and your palms facing down. And then all the movements start left. So you're gonna, as you lift your hands to the chest, you're gonna step forward with the left foot, and then you're gonna make a circle going that same direction. So it's like you're running your fingertips around a platter. And as you shift the weight back, the hands come back to the body. So we have all movement in the same direction. We don't have opposite movement, which is kind of nice, isn't it? You don't have to pat your head and rub your stomach type thing.
Oh, that's good.
And it's all about slowness and smoothness. Feel like you're just flowing through the move. It's like you're swimming through very heavy air, as Justin says. I love that comment of his. That's it. And relax all the upper part of the body, the shoulders and the upper arms. We'll do one more. And then we're going to switch sides because we always want to do both sides for that balance element. Just bring the foot back and push down. And now you're going to extend the right foot and you're going to go to the right side of the body with the circle. That's it. You're right at the chest, so it's like you've got a platter there in front of you. Platter of food if you like, for after your practice. And relax that upper arm and feel how the upper and lower body's really moving together. That's a big element in the moves, is that one isn't separate from the other, that they really work together as partners. And we'll do one more, come back to a graceful conclusion, hopefully. And breathe, nice deep breath.
Didn't you say something about it being the joy of movement?
It's joy through movement is our slogan.
I
so
like
yes.
That feels
Do you feel the joy?
I feel the joy.
Good, good.
All right, Janet, let's try another move.
Great. Okay, let's do one that's a little bit more difficult. This one's called Daughter on the Mountaintop. So you have this lady who's climbing the mountain, if you will.
Okay.
It's got that same weight shift that you just did. So that's the good news. The lower body's just the same. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
The only difference is the hands are going to rotate to face away, and then you're going to be making two circles that are coming up and like they're intersecting. The wrists cross, the left hand is closer to the body, the fingertips point up, and then you draw down the front of the body in that position, separate, and you're ready to go again. And again, really relax the shoulders and bend those elbows so that you're not lifting with the upper arm. That's usually what everybody does, is we want to make a big deal out of it because we're very used to that kind of exercise, that we have to work for it. We have to sweat and feel the muscles working, and you don't have to with Tai Chi Cha. You just let it happen. It's just all about flow and smooth. How's that feel?
And how did it get the name?
It means supreme ultimate awareness.
Okay.
Let's do one more and then we'll switch. Which was a nice change from Tai Chi Chuan, which means supreme ultimate fist, because it had a martial aspect, a self-defense aspect. Let's switch feet.
So this is more peaceful.
This is all about awareness and peace. Yeah, it's easy to get backwards, isn't it? But what I love about the moves and what really appealed to me is it's not about being perfect. It's just about doing the movements and doing them with as least amount of effort as you can. The more effectiveness you'll have, the more benefits you'll get. What I call the good stuff.
The more relaxed I am.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then we'll do one more. This is Daughter on the Mountain. She's climbing the mountain and crossing. And close right here. Very good.
Okay. Now I managed those two. That
Okay,
was
see,
felt
you're
really
doing
nice.
great.
Yeah.
You feeling all relaxed
Yes,
now?
I am.
The stress melting away?
Yes.
Well, let me show you one that's a little bit different. It's a sequence. It's like a pattern, so it's more
Okay.
like the original form of Tai Chi Chuan,
Okay.
which might be interesting to people out there watching. And it's really just to play the follow the leader. The lower body's just going to have a bending and straightening with the knees, and it's all in the hands.
Okay.
So you're going to make two circles, and you're going to come to what we call a prayer position, where fingertips touch. Then you just sink a little bit with the lower body, pull apart to the shoulders, and push down. Now you're going to draw the hands up the body. That's it, and then push overhead, and the palms face at the crown of the head, an important place on the body. Now we'll see if we don't run into each other here. You're going to open, that's it, and then the palms are going to come toward each other, pull into the heart, and return. That's called opening breath. So there's a breath that goes with it.
Okay.
As let's do that one again in case somebody wants to try this here at home. You can do this at home. Is you start with an inhale. All the straight leg moves are inhales, and then the bent leg moves are exhales. So you want to match the pace of the breath to the pace of the movement. So you should be inhaling right here, and exhale as you push overhead. Inhale, and now those hands are going to come toward. Exhale, inhale, and exhale back to center. And that's one of our two warm-ups. And it's a nice way to just get mentally where you want to be. Feel that centering. Feel that letting go of all that extra stuff outside the room.
Can we try that one more time?
Sure.
I liked it. Okay.
Yeah, I love this one. It's a.
Scoot over closer to me a little bit.
Oh,
okay,
sorry.
So I promise I won't smack
Trying
you.
not to run into
I know.
you.
Okay.
It's the old PE thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Ready?
Inhale as you come to prayer position. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're always inhaling through the nose, of course. Exhale either way. Exhale as you push overhead. Relaxing those shoulders as always. Inhale, arms come out. Exhale towards. That's it. Pull into the body with an inhale. And exhale as you come back to center.
Oh, that feels really nice.
Look at how much more relaxed you are now.
I
can just see it in your
am.
eyes.
And what was that one called
That
again?
one's called opening breath because it's our first movement.
I like it.
I do too. It's one of my favorites.
Well, let's try another one.
Okay.
Okay.
This has all Chinese words that relate to different places on the body. And looks like this. And you do another set. Now the third set's going to have an extra. Now you do 5. And finish. Different, isn't it?
Thank you so much. Janet, thank you so much for showing me those moves. I gotta have
You're
a little sip of
welcome.
water. It's not real physical, but
You always need to drink afterwards, though, because it does dry up some of the body's fluids, and so
important to
you do wanna have
note that.
water.
I know that after you get a massage, you're supposed to really put those fluids back in
Yes.
and because also it releases toxins.
Yes, same idea.
Same idea. So after
Exact idea.
after you try these moves, everybody have a drink of water. Thank you so much, Janet
Oh, you're
Maissen, for
welcome.
coming today and sharing with us about Tai Chi Cha and the difference from Tai Chi Chuan.
Yes.
And Janet Maissen is a Tai Chi Cha instructor at Yavapai College and at the the YMCA here in Prescott, Arizona. And if you have any questions about today's show, please call Crystal Erickson, our producer, at 717-7607. We like to end Senior Moment with a little something about elder abuse or elder abuse prevention. And right now, everybody's talking about that economic stimulation package and how to get that check back in the mail if you normally don't do your taxes. And there are a lot of scams. And I just want to say to everybody, IRS will not call you on the phone for information about this refund check. Do not give any information to somebody who calls and says they're IRS, and the IRS will not email you. So please, if somebody contacts you over the mail or email, don't give them your social security number and your bank routing number. That is not how you're going to get your refund check from the Internal Revenue Service. So please be careful. If you have any questions about it, you know you can always call us at the Area Agency on Aging, toll free at 877-521-3500. Again, Janet Maissen, thank you for joining us today on Senior Moment. Thank you. I'm Mary Beals-Lutka. This is Senior Moment. Until next time.